right? So a lot of people be like, so good morning, good rising, beautiful people. So a lot of people be like, but okay, but how comes? Okay, but how comes he not jealous of me? And I'm like, bitch, what is there to be jealous of when you're this genuine? You follow the crowd. You just conform. You do anything to fit in. You agree to it where you disagree to just to be like. You're a people pleaser. Why is there to be jealous of? There's nothing to be jealous of, D. You know what I mean? And then you're broke. Nothing to be jealous of. But then they're jealous of us. Even when we broke. Even when we have more than them. No, even when they have more than us, I should have said. And why is that? Because we have integrity. We have, well, right now, I know discipline because I still eat the chicken. But you know what I mean? All these different things, these qualities that they can't even, you know what I mean? They don't have in themselves. That these qualities that they think they should have because they have more and you have less. That is why they're jealous. People like, but how come they not beefing with me? What is there to beef about with you, Donna? You know what I mean? If they call her 10 times, you answer. They only could call me one time, and if they waste my time, they can't get to call me back again in this life. You know? How could they beef with you when they could buy you out? They could be like, hey, look this, do that. You know what I mean? And that is the next thing I learning. While learning. A woman, you know what a woman is, who is a woman, and how far a woman will go in survival mode. Guys, I want you guys to stop to think about what I was saying. Do you guys know how far a woman will go in survival? A woman will go far in survival mode. A woman kiss a man she don't like, allow a man to touch her inappropriately in survival mode. You know? Just imagine a man in survival mode. He can't be straight. Or you could convince me a man not living but surviving and he's straight. Enjoy another until we go in 2026. I mean, it's not impossible if a man have principle, discipline, or morals and something about himself. But these men don't have that. So if you don't have morals, if you don't grow up with principle, if you grow up seeing your parents surviving, well, I grew up seeing my parents surviving. Well, I mean, well, my mom did not know. But, you know what I mean? All these little small things that I would have maybe overlook. Like, 2 weeks ago, I started to be like, dog, the most dangerous man is a man who's surviving right now. That man is even a threat to him himself. He's a threat to a community. He's a threat to a family. He's a threat to anybody around or everybody around. And he gonna be the most self-centered and the most selfish. Because all he doing is surviving. He not living. You know what I mean? All these different things. And a person who would just do any, I guess well, let me tell a little bit more about a man who knows survival. He will agree with anybody who disagree with you. Whether you is his mother, his best friend, his co-worker, you know what I mean? I'm not in survival mode would allow an ex man to touch him inappropriate, would sleep with an ex man, or an ex man to be in his face. People in survival mode do up like literally anything, any and everything, just to get a little dollar, you know. And that is what listeners do. Because survival mode is crazy, and that's what enough people don't understand. Because you gonna do the most to get a slice of bread when you could go and get a job. You ain't wanna work for people, you wanna sell your body. You ain't wanna work for people, but you wanna work your body, you know? Survival mode have nigga thinking they could talk their way out of everything, and they all they do is spilling they being exposing themselves, thinking that I could finesse. I could just tell she what she wanna hear, you know? Or tell he what he wanna hear, you know? Hey, you make me stop to check myself like what the fuck. A person in survival mode would see you with $20, and because they have $5, they gonna think you more better than them. I remember you surviving it. It's just as them, you just have a little bit more that day. That is how they just fucking thing. There's some scumbag low life, you know. And I am in survival mode, and I is just a bitch. So stay away from people in survival mode. They're not gonna see you nothing but as an opportunity. It no matter what you do for them or what you never do for them. They gonna always see it as an opportunity and a placeholder until they get somebody who could do way more than you. A person survival mode. Love is not, they don't, I wouldn't say they don't fall in love, they don't allow themselves to. So don't see a woman in survival mode or a man in survival mode and think you could get a bitch to love you by doing this or by it doesn't work. They're not gonna allow themselves to be loved. Because they're gonna think about the feelings they're feeling, but they're gonna think about their rent to pay, and that's gonna be more to them than whatever feeling there is. You know what I mean?